Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing this Lake Day makeup look. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. I said this at the end of the video and I'm just gonna say it again now. This is not everyone's all the time summer makeup look. So this is kind of the most that I'll do. So if I'm going to a pool party or a social event, or today is the 4th of July, so I'm going to be around a lot of people, so I'm doing the most. I'm wearing eyeliner, I'm wearing mascara. But if I'm just with family or like close friends or something like that, sometimes I won't even put any eye makeup on, so just adjust accordingly. But I'm kind of showing you the most that I'll do today, and then you can scale back depending on what you are doing. So I will link everything that I use down below in the bottom bar, and let's get into it. All right, well, my camera was not recording when I applied my moisturizer slash SPF. This is the Dermalogica Dynamic Skin Recovery SPF 50. I cannot explain how important it is to put an SPF on if you're gonna be out in the sun. Even if you're not, it's important. I'm not as good at it if I'm not specifically going out in the sun, but this sits really nicely under makeup. It's actually probably the only, I'm trying to think if there's another one. I think this is the only SPF that I've used that I actually really like under my makeup. So I'll just show you the consistency of it so you can kind of see, but it blends out and ends up being clear. I think I put way too much on just now, but it ends up being nice and transparent, and then it just has like a nice glow. So it does sit really nicely under my makeup, which I really appreciate. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. The whole point of this makeup compared to other makeup that I do is that I really want this to stay. It's hot outside. I'm gonna be on the lake, so I might jump in the water, I might not. We'll definitely be at the sandbar, so I'll at least be like waist deep, so waves will splash, and I want my makeup to stay as well as possible. So this gripping primer really just like, it does what it says. It grips your makeup and makes everything just stick to it. So it does have a tacky feeling. You have to wait about a minute after you apply it to apply your foundation. But it is definitely like really sticky feeling. It goes away once you put the rest of your makeup on, but I figured I should just note that. And the good thing about this primer is that it's also moisturizing. For my foundation, I'm going in with my IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. This is the matte version. It has SPF 40 in it. This is in the shade Neutral Medium. I love this for lake days and just in the summer in general. If I'm going to be out in the sun, I love that it has such a high SPF. The original formula does have, I think, SPF 50, and this has 40, but I think that's because this is matte and that one is not. But I just absolutely love this product. I get so much use out of it, especially during the day in the summer, just because I know it's protecting my skin. And I think that that is the #1 thing you can do to kind of pause the aging process, is to not let your face get sun. I'm just gonna blend this out with my sponge. All right, as you can see, it's pretty full coverage, so I'm good for foundation. And instead of setting my skin right away, I'm actually going to go in with my Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. This is a bronzer, a cream bronzer that I love. I always go in with my cream products before any powder products. And I just think that adding a cream when you're gonna be out in the sun just adds like this summery, glowy vibe. I'm just gonna take that same sponge and dip it right in and then kind of stamp it where I want it. And I'm kind of squeezing my sponge so it's a little bit thinner. Okay, so I just added a little bit of bronze. The biggest downfall about this product is that it only comes in one shade. So if you are I would say fair to a little bit darker than I am, like a medium, this would work for you. But if you are any deeper than that, this product probably wouldn't work for you. In all of the places that I didn't put the bronzer, I'm going to set with the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the Matte and Poreless in 220 Natural Beige. So just kind of like the center of my face. And then the rest of my face that I did put that bronzer on, I'm just going to go over with the powder bronzer. This one is the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light in Ambient Light. This is one of my all-time favorite bronzers. I haven't used it in a bit, but I really love to use it on days like this just because it does have that luminosity. And when you're going to be in the sun already, I just think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm kind of adding a tiny bit of product, but also just setting down that cream bronzer that I already put down. And then once I have set my entire face, one thing I do want to note is that you do want to set your face if you're going to be out in the sun and sweating and stuff, just because if you only have cream products on, at least in my experience, I have normal, sometimes oily skin, and I will just sweat my makeup off if I don't set it. So I always make sure to set my entire face with a powder product. For blush, I'm going to go in with Becca Songbird. This is one of my favorite like corally tangerine shades. And I just think it has the prettiest pop of color for summer. And then once all of that is on, I'm going to set my skin. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the Summer Solstice scent, which I actually really like. But I want to use a setting spray that is meant to make it last. And this is obviously called All Nighter, to make your makeup last all night. So this really helps keep my makeup in place for the entire day. And then I'm just taking my sponge and kind of blending that back out. I always do this step just because I think it makes my makeup blend better and just look more seamless. I don't do much on my eyes because, quite frankly, I will have sunglasses on all day anyway, so there's not really a point, but I will just kind of do my like everyday minimum makeup. So I'm just gonna set my eyelids. I'm using the shade Passion, which is this middle shade. It's just like a bone shade. There's one in almost every palette. I'm just setting down my lids, and then I'm just going to go in with my Urban Decay. This is the Perversion Waterproof Liquid Liner, and I'm just going to trace my upper lash line on both sides. On a normal lake day, I would generally skip the eyeliner and just do mascara, but it's the 4th of July today, so I am going to a 4th of July party, and I'm going to be around a lot of people, so I just want my makeup to look a little bit more put together than it would if I was just going to the lake with a couple people. So I am just going to put some eyeshadow under my lower lash line. So this is Midnight. This is the Maneater palette, and I'm just going to smudge this under my lower lashes. I'm going to set my brows in place with my Hourglass Clear Brow Gel, just so that they stay put all day. And then while I still wait for my eyeliner to dry a little bit, I'm going to go in with this lip balm. This is the Fresh Sugar Lip Treatment in the shade Rosé. I have mentioned this on my channel so many times, it's not even funny, but this has SPF 15 in it, and it's just a tinted lip balm. I love it because it makes sure your lips don't get burned while still giving you a little bit of color to make it look like you are more put together. So as you can see, it's not a huge difference, but it's just enough of a wash of color to make your lips feel hydrated all day and still protect them. Lastly, I'm going to curl my lashes and put on my Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. Okay, so I finished up my mascara, and this is the finished look. This is kind of a sweat-proof but glowy and summery look with sun protection, which is exactly what I need. And then obviously the waterproof eyeliner. The mascara is not waterproof, but I've noticed that if I just jump in and don't touch my eyes, it doesn't run all over my face. I know everyone's experience is different, so don't quote me on that. But I also don't always get in the water anyway, so that doesn't really matter to me. I also do just want to say that this is not what everyone would do for a lake day makeup look. A lot of times I won't put any eye makeup on because I'll just have sunglasses on, and if I'm just with my family or whatever, then I don't care. But if I'm going to a social event, then I do want to still have a little bit more makeup on, so when I take my sunglasses off, etc., I still feel put together. But the skin is what I almost always do. I always have an SPF. I always do like a cream bronzer, and I always do a little pop of color on my cheeks just because I think that that looks so fresh and summery. So I hope that this video was helpful for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.